Square Enix is saying it wants generative AI to be doing 70% of its QA and debugging by the end of 2077.
That's insane.
You are tripping if you think this is a fucking good idea. In what reality do you think this is a good fucking idea? Oh, you're cutting costs because you had to fire a whole bunch of people recently? Okay. But when these games come out and they are bug-ridden fucking messes, they probably have more problems with them because, like we keep saying, AI is a tool and it can be used, but there seems to be this over-reliance of it, and that's how you get GTA Definitive Edition. And I know it was a book, but very recently we talked about the Mortal Kombat Legacy book, which used AI upscaling, and it was just atrociously bad. So how do you think this is going to work out for a AAA? You know, I know we all like to trash of Square Enix from time to time. You know, we all partake in the roasting. But when it comes to being a AAA production, you know, Square Enix it's one of the top ones in terms of like production value and all that type of stuff. So how do you think that's going to work once they start implementing this shit? I'll tell you how it's going to work. It's fucking not. It's going to fall apart. It's going to be a buggy fucking mess, right? Oh boy, following the release of its latest financial results, the publisher posted a progress report on its medium-term business plan. Oh, it must be a day that ends with a letter Y where Square Enix updates us on their fucking business plan that they do for like 2 days, which was originally announced last year at the name Square Enix Reboots and Awakens. As part of this plan, Square says it's launched a partnership with Matsu Utsumura Laboratory and University of Tokyo, which is aimed at improving the efficiency of game development process through AI technologies. I think this is a bad idea. The project, which was titled Joint Development Game QA Automation Technology Using Generative AI, fucking hell, can't we come up with something simpler to call that? Is being tackled by a joint research team of more than 10 members, including researchers from the University of Tokyo and engineers of the Square Enix Group. The goal, according to the report, is to automate 70% of QA and debugging tasks in the game development by the end of 2077. Look, I do think there is potential here, but Square, you are not the ones to do this. I think Square needs to focus on kind of what they're doing, getting games like Final Fantasy Tactics out there, you know, the remake, you know, these smaller scale, cheaper games to make. Focus on that stuff, all right? Because you are building up some goodwill with that type of shit. But if you're telling me that the Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, whatever the fuck it is going to be called, comes out and you're using generative AI to do 70% of your QA, one, the game's going to be delayed into almighty fuck because you're going to have to go through everything again. And two, it's probably going to come out shit.
I think it was Amazon recently that laid off a bunch of people due to AI and had to hire them. Right? Actually, no, it was IBM. Amazon's getting ready to do it, but IBM replaced 8,000 workers with AI that had to rehire them. This shit's just not reliable, and it's not a good look, and it's not something that is going to give people a lot of confidence when it comes to investing. And there's just a lot of things that AI gets wrong. I mean, people forget that AI isn't really artificial intelligence. It's just a curated it's just a curated aggregator, really.
A sophisticated search engine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
very.
It can do some stuff. It can do, like, generative AI can do a lot of things, but it's relying on reference material. And if you don't have anything feeding that, it's just going to be refuse. I mean, people complain about reused ideas and story beats and derivative art, but maybe somebody will form a conspiracy off of that, the last 10 years has been preparing us for this. But really, we're starting to see a resurgence in original ideas and franchises and properties and seeing them become successful in television, movies, and even music and games. You're not going to get anything compelling. You're just going to get stagnation if you resort to an AI model. Now, there's something, again, I'm not going to go down the quantum computing rabbit hole here. And I think once we get quantum computing with quantum computing AI, that's going to be fucking scary shit.
What's quantum computing?
I'm not going down that rabbit hole in this show. I'll do it offline.
All right.
You
think of it as computing squared.
It's like, computing that breaks the laws of physics on some level.
It's like well
nothing
beyond
a
the
woman
capacities
can
that
comprehend.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll just say that consciousness theoretically is derived from the quantum field, and you could create an actual sentient digital life form with quantum computing. But
ooh.
I just think you're just going to get derivative slop with AI, and it's going to do a lot of things wrong. And going back to like GTA Definitive Edition, yeah, AI is getting better, but it's nowhere near ready for showtime. And I think that they're just going to get embarrassing results.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. And for them to just go after it as a generate, they're grabbing it for just quality assurance and debugging. It just tells me that they know it's not quite there, but they want to try so damn hard to have a hold on to what it is right now and to implement it so that it's a lot easier in making a hard, clean break later on.
There's also a huge movement amongst Zoomers in particular, because Zoomers, again, say what you will about Zoomers. I don't like to discriminate against people's, generations.
I love discrimination.
I know you do, but I think that Zoomers in particular they have a lot of opposition to AI because it seems like a barrier for their futures. And if Square does do this, you will see effective boycotts against their products, because and you see it now too, where if AI is involved in something, be it a movie or a commercial or music, the Zoomers want nothing to do with it.
That's true, man. Like it could be something as small as, look, I just used AI to just quickly string this together just to save a bit of time, and there's fuck you, not interested. There is this massive fuck you against it.
There's a couple issues I have with this immediately. One, like QA hiring is a level of hiring that I think lets a lot of people get their foot in the door with a certain company, and then they become a member of the company. They do QA. Maybe the higher ups recognize their talent, and then they get boosted up into some elevated position, and now this has eliminated that. And also there's the issue of the quality assurance testing itself, where I feel like it's a very human process that they're trying to put into the AI realm, where it's just like, how would a human being play this in a very counterintuitive way,
trying to break things
and try to break it? Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like jumping into corners repeatedly, trying to exploit things like doors or whatever, which is a thing in game development, which can be exploited. Like just whatever a human being would
breaking
do.
boundaries.
Like, can you rely on an AI system to replicate everything a human being is going to counterintuitively do in relation to like how the developers want you to play your game? Like, is it going to work? I don't even know if this is going to be the way to. I don't even know if this is the way to go in regard to what they're trying to accomplish with this.
Getting on top of Sidewinder and Halo, with a sniper rifle. AI'd never find that out.
There's this as well. That's pretty interesting. Software quality automation engineer here. The AI isn't ready yet. 2027, they will be able to start moving towards that 70 goal. But with games, it will be much harder than normal software. Extra, you're a software guy. Are we spitting?
I think that's in line with what John was saying, because again, AI is going to go for probably, just going from start to finish and going in very directed paths. It's not going to be trying to break boundaries. It's not going to be trying to break things in the environment or wreak havoc. Like, oh, hey, if you throw it, say somebody's, testing for Halo CE, right? And oh, hey, let's put a mess of grenades and just drive our ghost into it and see if we can get on top of this structure here, escape the environment. AI is not going to want to do that stuff. AI is literally just going to engage the enemies and go to the end of the level. If if I'm thinking correctly, I mean, you could probably tell it to just do crazy stuff and spam grenades, but it's not sophisticated enough to really think and prod and act as an intelligence.